Welcome to this episode of Chat with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today I got Gigi. What's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you. Appreciate you inviting me.
So I was the first one to interview you when you first got out.
Definitely was. You definitely was. I didn't even expect it, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, no.
You got me good.
I just clicked the
I
mic
said I
on.
made for that, but he got away with it because he was good at it.
So let's talk about when the FBI approached you. I think it was at Logan Airport, right?
Okay, now, it was the FBI, the DEA, state police, and then eventually the CIA and the NSA. I was leaving Vegas and I flew into Boston, and I had my cousin pick me up because I didn't have a ride back, and I got approached by 40 gun welding law enforcement agents. And at some point when they were arresting me, a CIA agent and an NSA agent showed their badge and saying, "We're here to pick up our property." And I was like, "What property are you trying to pick up?" He says, "Well, you were under general anesthesia in Boston, Massachusetts General Hospital on November 24th, 96. We implanted you with a super sophisticated satellite communications intelligence device." I said, "What the hell is that?" He said, "We can't get into the aspects of what it is, but we want it back." So I was like, "You want it back?" "You did what?" I mean, I was kind of confused with the situation. Well, they basically said it was like some type of tracking sophisticated device.
But when they said that date,
They did.
you remembered that
Well,
date.
I remember the date because I just got out of the hospital for a bullet removal. I got shot previously. And so they said, then the FBI and the DEA interceded and said, "Listen, we'll get you bail if you give these guys their property back." I said, "I ain't giving nobody nothing. And you can keep your bail." You know what I'm saying? And so that's basically how it sounded. So,
Did you believe that?
well, at first I wasn't sure what to believe because it was pretty much, it just came on me so fast. I didn't want to believe it, but they sound so sincere about it. And, I did have scars where they said they implanted me, was my abdominal area. And I did see some suspicious activity that day, the way they were acting. Because when I got shot, they were saying, "Listen, you're all over the news, and there's 70 law enforcement running around the hospital." So I kind of believe maybe some of it might have been true. You know what I mean? So basically, if the fish didn't open his mouth, they wouldn't have got caught. Had they not told me, I would have not known.
And there were big Congress hearings or big hearings over this whole situation.
Well, no, there was congressional
right?
hearings over the corruption in Boston when they were protecting Whitey Bulge and Stevie Fleming from South Boston. They were heads of the Irish mob, even though one was Italian, one was Irish, and they were also serial killers, but they're also FBI informants. So that's what the hearings were over, how the FBI protected their informants while they were still committing serial acts of murders.
But they brung this situation up, didn't they?
At some point, they did an internal investigation, which I have the documents, to independently corroborate. They did interview the supervisor, Anthony Roberto, of the DEA, and he admitted to everything I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
But then they stopped short of saying we did it, and they said, "We're only joking." But yet, I have x-ray reports that independently corroborate the device is still there. And it exists.
So do you think it's still there?
Oh no, I don't think it's there. It's definitely there because as I'm traveling in the BOP, you go from one place to another. They put you on these sophisticated X-ray machines that are really invasive machines, like probably better than the airport, to see if you have like a knife inside or drugs or whatever.
Yeah.
And this device keeps coming up. So rather than me explain myself to the BOP because it was aggravating, you're on jet lag, you're bus lag, you don't want to go through the whole story. They said, "Listen, we got some suspicious thing in your abdominal." It was like two little, round, hermetically sealed type of images. And they said, "What is it?" So I got off the machine and looked at the picture, and I actually seen two devices right in my abdominal area. Rather than go through a whole thing, I said, "No, I just got shot as bullet fragments." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of brushed it off. But it always comes up in x-ray reports, so they definitely did it.
So are you ever planning on getting it removed?
Well, if I get it removed, I lose my evidence. Do I plan on, basically the question is, do I plan on suing them for doing it? Yes, and the thing is, you can say to yourself, well, it might be too late, this is 2 years, 3 year statute of limitations, but no, they're taking the position we didn't do it. So therefore, the conspiracy is continuous and ongoing. Therefore, the lawsuit Once I independently corroborate it's there, I can bring it up anytime.
And them approaching you is the reason why it even became.
Well, right. I mean, it's not like, when you get the newspapers, they can play media manipulation and make this guy look like he's crazy. Who's going to help this guy? He's crazy, right? Think about it. But what they like to do is they like to either remain silent and don't answer, or let's play the crazy card. And that's the route they play, media manipulation.
Yeah.
So it is there. They did do it. They got caught.
Now, you're not even supposed to be on parole, right? With the way that your appeals and all that.
Well, what happened was we went to 2 trials back to back. I went to 3, but there was a separate issue, drug case back in '87. I beat it, but that was related to this case. We went to 2, 98, 99. So I got acquitted of a machine gun sounds bomb, destruction device, and hand grenade at trial. The rats come to the stand and say, we try to use these weapons to kill these people, and we try to use these weapons to sell drugs. I got acquitted, not guilty. So realistically speaking, the case should have been over. Because that's all they said on the stand. So what they did was they tried to scrap whatever they had left of the case, and they took me to a second trial. And this co-defendant said pleading guilty, some flipping, some guys are doing secret, sneaky shit behind closed doors. After 15 co-defendants at the first trial, there was only me and one other guy left. And that was it. So, and what happened was we went to a second trial. We were facing about 150 years.
Did they ever offer you a deal?
Okay. The beginning, when I looked at discovery, it was about this thick. I'm nowhere in it. So my lawyer goes, well, they want 20. 20? I said, I'm nowhere in it. But I know how corrupt they are, so should I take 15 right now, period. No, they want 20. I said, let's roll the dice. He said, you're facing 150 years. I said, well, I'm not giving them 20 years of my life, and I'm not even involved with this case. I'm willing to give them 15, which is a freebie, because I know how corrupt they are.
That's a lot of time anyway.
So after the first trial, we beat the whole concept of the trial. I figured they came to the table with, I said, it's what, 10 now? He said, no, the 15's on the table. I go, what, the case is beat. I said, it should, no more than 10. I'll take 10 right now. Nope. Rolled the dice again, went to a second trial. So we went to the second trial this is where I got stupid. 3 days before the government, 3 days after they picked a jury, they came with another deal. They said, we'll give you 12. And that's when I said, something, we're gonna go all the way with this. I'm not doing it. I still was stuck on 10. That's when I should have took it. That's when I was stupid. I wasn't rational.
You would be out scot-free.
I would have been scot-free. Right. So I rolled the dice again. I only got convicted of conspiracy to murder, which is maximum 10. They enhanced me 25 extra years for the solemnity attempt that I beat at trial. And the Sousa murder I wasn't even indicted for. The judge said to me at sentencing. He said, Marino, I want you to know that I'm enhancing you 25 years because you should have reasonably seen that murder. So this is like the Minority Report, or the Think Police in George Orwell. You ever read the book George Orwell, 1984? They're arresting people for thinking of a crime.
Yeah.
This is even better than that. Not that I thought of the crime. They said I should have reasonably seen the thought. I got extra 25 years in prison. I should have only gotten 10.
Wow.
So it is what it is. I finished it. I did 28 straight, and here I am.
So a lot of people want to know, why are you out now speaking on podcasts and in the media?
Well, to inform the public how corrupt they are. I mean, listen, people are starting to familiarize themselves with the legal maneuverings of the judicial system. For example, look what they did to Trump. Here's a guy, the far left Democrats hated him so much, nearly got him killed by a 20-year-old guy on a roof, has no military experience, shot him in the ear in front of the best Secret Service, FBI and state police in the world, where a $25 drone could have discovered. Goes you show how corrupt the system is. And then they indicted him 5 times. They can indict a ham sandwich. So they weaponized the judicial system to come at me. Why? Because I didn't play ball with them.
Yeah.
I don't play ball with nobody. I didn't play ball with the Italians. I didn't play ball with the Irish. I didn't play ball with the FBI. I did my own thing. So they looked at me as a threat.
So when you were on the street, Whitey Bulger was on the street.
Whitey Bulger was on the street.
Frank Salemi, all these guys.
Yeah.
Patriarca, right?
Junior. Actually, they don't give him a lot of credit. He's really a nice guy. They try to
have you
downplay
met
him.
Junior?
Junior, I was very good friends with Junior, but Junior's smart. He's staying away from everybody. Why should he come around? He's worth $2 billion legally. Why would he come around?
He walked away from the life. Right?
He walked away from everything. You know, I never met his father. I knew the kid. The kid was a good kid. Very smart too.
Do you think that the mob lifestyle is dead?
I think the concept of it is dead. Okay? I think that the concept of all of that is dead. Why would you want to? Everybody's chasing the same nickel. For what? It's over.
There's legal money out there to get now.
You can't get away with nothing today. Everything's on camera today. If anybody went to do something illegally, let's say somebody was going to commit a murder, they're going to get caught. There's so many cameras.
Yeah, eventually you will get caught.
I mean, they got insect drones. Never mind drones. They got insect drones. Read up, Google it.
No,
they got a mosquito with a video, audio, video feature.
Get serial numbers.
You can't get away with nothing. The only one that's going to get away with anything is informants and the law enforcement. Like when that incident in Canton, they tried to blame that poor girl for a murder. All she was guilty of was being drunk.
And a lot of times it'll be people that tell the person to go commit the murder. They snitch on the people that did the murder and they get out.
Well, a lot of
they
times,
in the air a lot.
Right, a lot of times too, you have like the kingpins, like hypothetically, Whitey Bulger, C.B. Fleming. They're serial killer informants. They give them the free pass and all the underlying go to prison.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The system is corrupt. They need to fix the system. They need to do the Judicial Prosecutorial Accountability Act, where they can't just use he said, she said, and get a guy convicted and give him, telephone numbers for prison time or life sentences on circumstantial evidence. There should be some type of guidelines. Listen, there's something wrong with the system if we're the only country in the world that puts most of their citizens in prison. What does that tell you?
You've been in prison for a long time, so
I did 28
years.
Everybody's
not guilty in prison, right? Everyone's.
I won't say that. No, I won't say that. I would say there's a lot of people are guilty, but there's a lot of people that, not a lot of people, there's a certain percentage of people that are really innocent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not everybody's guilty in prison. It's not like everybody says they're not guilty. I've met people in prison that admit they were guilty.
I mean, I was not guilty until now. Now I admit I did shit, you know?
I mean, they need to have some type of transparent, corresponding accountability. And believe me, I've been in trial. I've been to 3 trials. I've been in Substance Superior Court in 87. I beat that case, and then I was the first RICO trial in 98 when we beat the machine gun, so on and so forth. And then the hung jury counts. And then the third trial, but the second RICO trial, I beat the attempted murder, which is the only thing they really had a little evidence on.
Do you think, after you get off parole, that the police are done chasing you?
I mean, I'm not doing anything illegal, and I don't plan on, but they're always going to watch you because they always get that thought in the back mind. You know, this guy might have dynastic tendencies, but
you might want to take over.
But there's nothing to take over. What I'm looking to do, I'm doing my book, I'm doing my filming, I'm getting involved with clothing, a food line. You know what I mean? Gigi Santapio food import line from Italy, clothing lines, book The Patriarca Purge.
Tell me about the book.
Okay, the book is, of course it's entertainment, and I would say most of it's true. It's a good account of what was going on, but there's going to be a part 2. That's a Patriarca Purge 1. Well, there's going to be a Patriarca Purge 2, which is going to be called The Eradication Aftermath, which is going to be pretty interesting. We're going to use as the basis of my TV miniseries, which we're planning on doing, but before that we're going to do a documentary. And then Harvard wants to do a religious movie with us, so we got a lot of stuff lined up. Plus my friend Bill Stack got a few things to talk about.
I do documentaries.
Which we don't want to reveal that yet, because that's super secret shit right now.
I mean, some people know. But...
Yeah, well, a few people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they had us sign a non-disclosure agreement.
I got them in the back.
I believe you do.
So where can people find your book?
Amazon Kindle. Amazon Kindle. Soft cover, and we also have a ebook out. And then, somebody brought to my attention last night, actually, my director, Rex De Palma, who's going to be the next Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese. This kid's incredible, and his brother Jake they're fabulous in the the movie industry, partners with me. They both bring unique abilities to the table. They all bring something different to the table, 2 different characteristics, 2 different animals, but they bring different things to the table, which is good. You know what I mean? They just so creative, you know what I'm saying, hard workers. But we got a lot of things lined up. Like I said, the Patriarca Purge book turned into a mini-series. We have another film that we're projecting called The Crypto Terrestrial. It's pretty interesting. It's what's going on out there with the stuff they're seeing in the sky, and nobody knows what it is, and this, that, and the other thing. And, you know, some of it's going to be a realistic scientific proof.
Sounds interesting.
You know?
So how different is life now from before you went to prison?
Wow. I mean, first of all, everything's high end, everything's expensive. Obviously, the minimum wage went up, but everything's ridiculous. Like I mean, we got a haircut at $7, now it's like $50. You know, you buy a submarine sandwich, it's $5 to $7, now it's like $20. Everything is a lot of money. The traffic is insane, and there's potholes everywhere. Everybody's paying tax money, but I don't know why they don't fix the potholes. I just can't.
It is bad.
I can't figure it out. I can't get past that. Everything's on surveillance. I feel like I'm in the police station. I feel like this is Nazi America. Everything's on camera. You know what I mean? You got the police departments that are militarized. I mean, they overplay their hand too. You say the wrong word in public, you got the SWAT team outside your house with sniper rifles.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the First Amendment? Freedom of
speech. And the police don't police, like they look for
Casapo stuff.
They look for things.
Right.
Like they don't, there's a problem over there, let's just take care of it. They look for the problem.
Now, you did ask a question which I didn't fully address a few minutes ago. How did I get out early? Well, this thing called the First Step Act of 2018, and then you have the Second Chance Act of 2007. So if you program by taking classes and try to better yourself in prison, automatically you get 365 days, 1 year knocked off. A lot of guys have been getting it. Of course, the sex offenders are not getting it, and the people that supposedly were handling weight on fentanyl weren't getting it. But other than that, everybody pretty much entitled it. So I got a year knocked off on that. So when I got to Coma 1 on a disciplinary USP Coma 1 in Florida, my case manager looked at me and she was like, I was 7 years old when you went away. That was 28 years ago. She goes, I'm putting you in for the halfway house. I was like, yeah, all right. I was like, not trying to insult her, but like, you're gonna put me in for the halfway house, you know what I'm saying? She got me out a year and a half early under the First Step Act of 2018, the Second Chance Act of 2007. Nowadays, they're expanding it more. Guys with 2 and 3 years left, plus the year off, are getting out sooner. Because Trump's ideology, which is pretty good, is they need people to be on the street to work, not to live off the government and pay their taxes.
Yeah.
We're all down for that.
So what about compassionate release? You didn't think about that?
Listen, no lie. I've gone a lot of people out on compassionate release. I got them out in the Supreme Court Taylor case, the Davis case. Couldn't get myself out because I got a corrupt judge, corrupt prosecutors. The whole thing's corrupt. They wanted to leave me in. I was the longest out of all my co-defendants to serve the most time, 35 years.
So your judge is probably dead by
No,
now.
he's still kicking. I mean, this guy's like 87 years old, but he's just, for some reason, 33-degree Mason, multi-billionaire. He's staying alive to keep me in as long as he can, I guess. So I have motions in front of him now proving that I was illegally enhanced 25 extra years for conduct I was found not proven beyond a reasonable doubt by a jury. So this case back in 1895 said they could never have given me 1 day extra in prison for a crime that the jury found me not proven not guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, if you think about it, why would we have to have a Supreme Court case to tell the government and the judicial system, the judges, you can't do that? Whatever happened to common sense? Whatever happened to ethical canon codes of conduct? How could you put somebody in jail 1 day extra for conduct the jury found him not guilty, not proven beyond a reasonable doubt, which I got on the solemnity attempted murder? Judge at my sentence and says, the jury didn't convict you, I think you shot him, I think you were shooting your way to the top, and he enhanced me. And he says, by the way, the Susan murder you weren't indicted for, you should have foreseen the murder. And then at my sentence, and after he gave me 35 years, I was walking out with Marino, one more thing. I said, what? He goes, I just want you to let you know your parole officer wasn't born yet. And guess what? He was right, because my parole officer is like 23 years old. I did 28 years. So he wasn't lying.
Wow.
So that happened.
That's crazy. But you got a lot of things in the future to look forward to. And I'm excited to see where everything goes. What are you going to do when you finally get off parole?
I'm continually doing what I'm doing. The book, the filming, expanding the filming.
You gonna travel?
I'm gonna travel.
Yeah.
I got some invites in Sicily and Italy and UK, and we're gonna travel, do some filming out there, and be a little creative. You know, send a good message to society. And just like the movie Press, it's just gonna send a good message to society about kids, you know, taking pills that are non-pharmaceutical and dying from fentanyl poison is gonna send a good message to society, maybe save some American lives. I mean, the concept of doing films is you want to send a good message. Besides entertainment, besides making money, you want to send a good positive message.
Definitely.
Certain films.
There's probably someone watching right now that maybe has to go to prison. What would be your advice to that person?
The best way to do is go by these certain rules. It's like 4 rules. Don't owe nobody. Never owe anybody a dime. Don't let them owe you. Mind your business, and you got good paperwork, you should be good. Some people go by 3 of the rules and they just can't mind their business and they always end up at the wrong end of the stick.
And you always gotta fight back.
Oh, I mean, yeah. You know, if you go by them rules, you should pretty much will ride smooth. You have to have good paperwork. If you're a sex offender or rat, you got a lot coming to you. Believe me, they got something for that. If you don't mind your business, there's gonna be a problem. And if you owe money or somebody owes you, there's always a problem. So if you go by them rules, if you have a habit, whether it be gambling, drugs, just pay your bills and there'll never be a problem.
You know, things happen though, like people will borrow something and then you're getting moved and people are
But
like,
you always have to do the right thing. You
Yeah.
understand? Stay out of trouble. And don't give no problems to the authorities here, because they got ways of coming at you.
Did you have a lot of problems in prison?
I've had no problems. The only problems I had with the staff was because I do legal work. If you come to me and say, listen, I have a medical issue, I have a heart condition, can you help me with some paperwork? I'll help you. If he comes and says, listen, can you file a compassionate release motion? I would help you with that. The staff would take offense to that, because they look at me, if I get you out, I get him out. Job security.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you home with your family. They don't know there's 100,000 more people coming in the system.
Yeah, there's someone that's gonna
So
take
they
that
retaliate against me. I was in like 20 different prisons. When I get to a
Yeah,
prison,
you got caught with someone's paperwork, remember?
his was actually happening. Believe me, I'm actually innocent.
I was talking to you when it happened.
Right. What happened was they made a new rule. You can't check somebody's paperwork to see if they're a rat or a sex offender. I forget what it was, a 235, whatever. This is a brand new rule. So they made an example on me. It was a black warden named Washington, and he came on the scene. I'm actually innocent of this. A guy came to me and said, can you Google this guy's name? I swear to God, believe me, for once in my life, I'm actually innocent, right? So I Googled the guy's name. It didn't even come back that he was bad. He was supposedly the head white shark calling Allenwood Medium Compound. In Boston, we buy it ourselves. Nobody dictates to us. So the white cop came to me and says, hey, can you Google this guy's name? He's running around here like he thinks he's Al Capone. So I run his name, nothing really came back. The next day he checks in. I got the heat for it. He said he requests protected custody. I couldn't believe it. I spent 3.5 months in the hole, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Did he have bad paperwork?
He did.
Oh.
The black, he was dirty as complete, but well, that's another story. But the black one comes to me and goes, you are not to check in any of my inmates off this compound, blah, blah, blah. He put a 3.5 month, you know what an encumbrance is?
No.
An encumbrance is, I had 2,000 in my account. I couldn't buy a bar of soap or a stamp.
Oh, where they put you in the tent?
No, I wasn't injured in it. It was 2,000 in my account.
You just couldn't spend
They
no
put
money.
a freeze on my account.
Oh.
And I'm innocent. 24 hours a day locked down for 3.5 months. Then they raised my points, took my good time from me, sent me to a Coleman 1 institution where everybody's walking around with 3 knives, never mind one in case one breaks. But I like it. I tell you the truth, the penitentiaries I'm at home with because I know how to do time. You know what I'm saying? You deal with real people as opposed to these FCI, you deal with most of these clowns. But by putting somebody in that environment, it's kill or be killed. Simple as that. But I go by my own rules and I've never had problems. I get along with all the races, I get along with all the crews, all the gangs, because they know with me, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so we get along good, and a lot of them recruited me to do legal work for them, to help them get out of prison. Because I've learned trial and error. 28 years, I've learned the hard way. I got 3 trials on my belt, I beat 2 3/4, and I got some play for some people.
I know, I've seen all the paperwork that you had.
Yeah. Well, I got rid of
in
tons
his
of it.
office.
No, I had like 14 feet. I'm down to like my one bin.
I appreciate you coming on, and there's a lot of stuff going on in the future. And tell people about your book again real quick.
Okay, it's called The Patriarca Purge by myself, Vincent Gigi Marino, and Rex Apama, my director in the film. I'm doing that. I'm going to do a part 2, which is going to be called The Patriarca Purge 2, the eradication aftermath, and we're using this as a basis of a TV miniseries. It comes out in ebook, and it's also soft cover, and eventually we're going to be coming out with another edition, which is going to have expansive edition with different more pictures and stuff like that. But it's going to be the basis of a TV miniseries that we're going to be working on. Our next project on the film is going to be called it's going to be a prelude to the film. It's going to be like a documentary.
Yeah.
But the film that we just filmed is called Pressed, and it's a very, very good film. The director is Rex Apama. I'm the executive producer. His brother Jake he's going to be the producer, and the 3 of us are partners in the film, and we all actually act in the film too. I've never acted before, and they said, listen, play the lawyer role, and they said this is the concept, and I just rolled with it, and they liked it, so we'll see where it brings us. But it's a good movie. The Press is based on pressing pills that they're putting fentanyl in, is killing off our youth. China is getting at us one way or the other. By sneaking the fentanyl in the country. They've killed the United States from within rather than go to war with us and lose, which it would carry casualties on both sides. They're buying up all our farmland. I mean, they're not stupid, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to send a nice message to society with that and hopefully save some American lives.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank you, and I appreciate you having me on the show.
Definitely.
Take care.
If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too fucking bad. Start your own podcast. Peace.
Take care. Good. Very good. That is the Chatting with Stacks.